Firefighters have made progress on day 8 of the Pearly Beach fire, with crews containing the active fire line along the Groeneweide and Panorama border overnight. Mop-up operations are now underway, though authorities warn the risk of outbreaks remains high due to dense alien vegetation and strong winds. Meanwhile, day 5 of the Stanford fire continues to pose challenges, with crews focusing on inaccessible areas of old vegetation where active fire lines persist. All major roads in the area are currently open, but motorists are warned closures could be implemented at very short notice if conditions change. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi joins us live with more. Nasiphi, would you give us an update of where we are at the moment? Is everything seemingly under control?
I'll tell you is that things change very quickly where we are in Overstrand. Not too long ago, a fire started in less than a minute, and the effort that goes into dousing that particular fire, a number of firefighters from various municipalities, all hands on deck, and the road where we currently are is currently closed, and this is the men and women that are at the forefront of containing or battling the blaze that we've seen in the Overstrand municipality. Days and days and hectares of land that have been burnt. I am joined by the fire chief. We spoke to him earlier on this morning, Lester Smith from the Overstrand municipality. You were speaking to us earlier on saying that unfavorable conditions are in the horizon. Have we started feeling those unfavorable weather conditions that exacerbate these wildfires?
Yes, definitely. I spoke to you just more than an hour ago. The wind did pick up a bit. So as you can see here, we're currently busy on this line, Elkransmond, Basketersbos Road. And the fire, you will see there's a lot of spot fires. Hence the reason why I said favorable conditions. So it's important that we have, you can see here, we have City of Cape Town as well as Overstrand on this line. So the main objective is to keep the fire on the other side of the road. However, with these conditions, it will definitely, there will be a spot fire. So they need to make sure that they cool down this line on the right-hand side of me, just to make sure that you don't jump the road. But you will see as we go along, there's already a lot of spot fires on that side. So main objective, keep it on that side of the road and just attend to the spot fires on the other side as well.
What danger does this fire on this road pose? I know further up you were mentioning that there is a resort.
Yeah, the fire came down the resort last night, so on that side I think it's quite safe. However, on this side we've managed to save the Panorama side as well as the Groeneweide side on the more northern side. However, if this fire is going to go down and jump this road, then this fire will go down more on a southerly direction to them. So we need to make sure that we contain this line, because otherwise, this, as you can see on the other side of the road, there's a lot of structures. So the main objective, keep it on this side of the road, that it don't jump, because if it's going to jump, we will have some challenges later with structures on the other side of the road.
Let's go back to the weather. You were also mentioning that the teams are spread quite vast in the Overstrand municipality. Yesterday, actively, putting out 3 simultaneous fires, mop-up operations on Mount Pleasant. However, this past week, we've seen aerial support. Do we have that today?
Yeah, currently the aerial resources allocated to the Overberg is currently busy in Swellendam. However, that is why we put in a lot of resources in the active lines. So this is the active line now. If conditions change, I will just call the district chief, because we have an arrangement if we need that aerial resource because of this fire running away with us, then they will just divert it. But at this stage, with the ground crews as well as the vehicles, we can manage this line. So objective is just to contain this line and attend to spot fires as well.
I know that the Code Red declaration still stands. If you could just update us, what does a Code Red mean? What kind of resources does it activate as well?
Normally, if we look at the Code Red, that means that your municipality, Overstrand in this case, that our resources are stressed, and because of the other incidents as well, we got, as I said, we have 3 major incidents at this moment. So then you normally request through your district, but again, our district also, they have a lot of other incidents that they also need to attend, and they must assist us. So Code Red, basically, if you can't, if your resources, if you don't have more resources to attend to certain areas, so that is why we call a Code Red, and that's the reason why City of Cape Town is also here. As you can see, they have 2, 3 vehicles on this line only. They also have vehicles on other lines, but the Code Red meaning that we need more resources. We don't have more resources to attend to all the different flanks or areas that is currently burning.
Do we know how many hectares of land? I know the situation is fluid. That have been burnt as a result of the wildfires?
Yeah, at this stage, I think for this fire alone, I think we stand around about, the last update was 34,000. I think we're at 36,000 hectares now. So this fire is part of the Pearly Beach fire. So just to give you an idea, you also visited the ICP. So if you drive this road to the ICP, it's about, say, 20-25 kilometers that you need to drive. So that just shows you how big this fire actually is. So yeah, this area, if you look at this specific area, we have resources just for the Pearly Beach. We have resources here. We have resources at Iloksoweni. We have also resources on the other side as you go to Buffelsjag. So yeah, we are very stretched, and at the end of the day, we also need to cater for the Stanford fire as well as for the fire in Hermanus, the Fernkloof Rotary Way, or as you know it, the Mount Pleasant fire. So yeah, that is why we declared a code red, because we don't have enough resources to attend to all three incidents.
How quickly do things change? I mean, we were here in under a minute. The little flame that we saw had increased in terms of height. How quickly do things change, and how long does it take to douse a flare?
Yeah. Again, as we spoke earlier, myself, while I was at the ICP in Stanford, this line was basically contained. So I left that incident command post to the Pearly Beach. At that time, when I left, there wasn't a flare-up. But I mean, you can see how quickly it changed. It took me about 20-25 minutes to drive to this area. And when I arrived here, immediately you could see that the fire's already, that flare-up resulted that we need to put more resources in this area.
You speak of the resources and calling on neighboring communities, municipalities rather, to assist in the runaway fires. I mean, one obviously thinks about the financial stretch these fires have had. The mayor earlier on this week saying since before the start of the fire season, this municipality has seen about five major fires.
Yes, that's right. This morning also I've shared some information with our mayor as well as the municipal manager. From the 25th of October up until this morning, Overstrand alone, we attended to 205 vegetation fires. That is without the structural fires, our informal settlement fires, our motor vehicle accident and other incidents. Only field fires. So this for us is the sixth major incident. A major incident for us, or a large incident, is normally a fire that lasts more than 3 to 4 days. So yes, this is the sixth one that we got, a major fire that also there's a lot of cost involved for this fire. So yeah, for the last week already, this fire is costing us a lot, and we're currently busy making an assessment also to inform council what the cost of only this fire will be for the municipality.
Thank you so much. That is Lester Smith there, the traffic chief, or rather the fire chief in the Overstrand municipality, showing you those visuals now where mop-up operations continue, where we had this particular spot fire. As I mentioned, things changed very quickly. In under a minute, the height of the blaze that was in front of us and the number of personnel that have had to come into this particular spot of the road to contain this fire. As we know that the traffic fire chief there saying that they are trying to contain this fire and it not crossing the road, taking into account the dangers that lurk should the fire cross the road and stretch beyond. Also highlighting that the weather is one of the major challenges that they are going to be faced with for today. Seeing that it will be hotter, drier, and also windier, highlighting that the speed for the wind could go up to 30 kilometers per hour.
Sounds almost perilous. Serious challenges with fire, and certainly a huge amount of work that's being done by those firemen. Appreciate your time.